the Vegan Hooper here. Today is a requested tutorial from Almond Joy Hoops on Instagram, and it is for the tricky move called CAPS, which means Continuous Assembly Pattern. I'm going to do my best to teach you different ways to learn the trick. Just know that it takes practice. Prerequisites for this tutorial will be a 4-petal anti-spin flower. You need to know what an anti-spin feels like, how to pulsate your hand to make this beautiful pattern. Okay, you're not just going like this. Okay, you are actually doing 1, 2, 3, 4 petals. So knowing and understanding how to do an anti-spin and a 4-petal anti-spin flower will help you immensely with CAPS. Alright guys, with no further ado, let's jump right in. Now I want to start off by saying that I do things a little bit differently, which means usually when you learn how to do twin hoops or spin the hoops on your hand, most people learn with their right hand spinning backwards and their left hand spinning forwards. But for some reason, I feel more comfortable doing the opposite. I spin my right hand forward and my left hand backwards. First, let's discuss the pathway that your hand or arm is taking. So whatever hoop you like to spin forwards, then that is the hoop we're going to start with. So of course I said I like my right hand forward. So the hoop that starts forward, we're going to spin at our side, trying to keep a nice rhythm. And our right hand is going to start at the bottom. And then we are going to drag the hoop to the middle, keeping the spin going if that's comfortable. Whatever way you can, keep your arm locked, because we don't want a bent dinosaur arm, okay? We want to keep our arm nice and straight the whole time. And we don't really have to do anything with our hand. When the hoop is spinning, my hand is like this. And what am I doing this whole entire trick but keeping my my hand like this. So basically it is what your arm is doing, the pathway that your arm is moving, because your hand is staying the same the whole entire cap, okay? So like I said, my right hand is spinning forward at the bottom, or whatever hoop is spinning forward. We're going to go from the bottom and try to move our hoop up to the middle, and then try to keep, when it's in the middle, try to keep it nice and clean, a clean spin. Then move the hoop up on top, and when you are done up on top, when you are ready to bring the hoop back down, when the hoop up swings down, okay, because when you're spinning the hoop on your hand, it's going up, down, all right? When the hoop is swinging up, we want to drag the hoop down, which is basically half of an extension, if you know how to do an extension. So we're basically breaking up the spins by, when it's up, drag it down, okay? Now I think the biggest problem with that drag on beginner hoopers learning CAPS is you're thinking about it too much, okay? What you want to do honestly is move, keeping your elbow locked, move your forward spinning hoop from down to out to up, and then bring it down again, and try to feel how when you are bringing it down, how the hand spin stops, because you're not going like this down. The hoop isn't spinning anymore. It's basically using centrifugal force, like a bucket of water, trying to keep the water in a bucket. It's sort of using that to break the spin until you are back on the bottom, okay? So like I said, we're just messing with the pathway to begin with, all right? So this isn't actually the move, but it's how to teach yourself or your brain how to do it, okay? So whatever hoop is spinning backwards, which is my left hand, it's probably your right hand, we're going to spin the hoop backwards keeping our hand like this, trying to keep a nice clean spin backwards, okay? And remember, the hoop is going up, down, up, down. When the hoop is down, when the hoop drops down, it just fell down, we are going to break the spin by doing half of an extension up to the sky, and then try to keep a spin going up. Nice and clean, trying to keep your planes clean. If it starts spinning this way, then you need to work on your spins a little better, or you need to really practice keeping it up there nice and clean. Maybe bounce your knees a little bit if your planes get messed up with your backwards spinning hoop, okay? So this is whatever hoop is spinning backwards. When it is on the down swing, you're going to drag the hoop up and try to keep it in the air with a couple spins. Remember, our elbows are locked. So when you are ready and feel comfortable with your spin, you're going to bring the hoop to your out, keeping your elbow nice and locked. And when you're ready, bring the hoop down to your side again. So now that you know the pathway that your arms / hoops are taking, we're going to take some of the spins out of it with your convenience. Remember, do not rush this. Practice first with one hand, then the other hand, and then practice taking the spins out of it. It would be very important for you to learn how to take spins out of one hoop before putting both hoops together. So what I mean by taking spins out, or what I call beats out, is every time I'm spinning the hoop, it's a beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when I'm ready, I'm going to drag my hoop up. 1, 2, 3, 4, or however many beats I feel comfortable till I want to bring the hoop out and down again. So let's say what you feel comfortable with is 5 beats in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay? Try next to do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Making sure that your planes are always straight, that you are not tilting your hoop. If your hoop begins to tilt, then maybe you need to practice the 4 spins a little bit longer before you break it down to 3 to 2, okay? So make sure every time you take a beat out of each part that your planes are clean, that your elbows are locked, and that your hands aren't doing anything besides this, okay? So let's say that you get to 2 beats, okay? This is what it'll look like. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? Once you get 2, you can get to 1, which is caps itself. I think it's important for many reasons to practice as many hand spins in between for each hand so that you can find a comfortable way to basically do the half extension, because that's the toughest part, is the upswing of the half extension or the downswing of the half extension, okay? So let's discuss the pathway of our backward spinning hoop, which is my left hoop. I'm going to sit with the hoop, my backward spinning hoop, down here until I feel comfortable to get into caps. Once I get into it, basically what I'm doing is 2 anti-spins. Anti-spin out, anti-spin down, upswing up again. I'm going to try to break it down. On the downswing, I'm going to anti-spin up, and when I am up, the hoop is going to fall down towards my shoulder while I'm moving my arm out, okay, to do the first pedal, which looks like that, okay, and it looks like this together, upswing out, okay, upswing out, and then when you are out, it is going to anti-spin down by letting the hoop fall down towards your shoulder, not towards your foot, towards your shoulder, while moving your arm down okay, to upswing again, because this is one fluid motion. Like I said, you aren't moving your hands at all. You're not even pulsating. You're just keeping your hands like this. It's what your arms are doing with whatever way your hoop is spinning, rather forward or backwards. So this is my backwards spinning hoop. When I am comfortable, I'm going to upswing up, anti-spin out, anti-spin down, and upswing right back up again, okay? And there's no beats in between for caps. That's why it's important to practice what I mentioned earlier, okay? This is the left hoop or the backwards spinning hoop. So now let's discuss our forward spinning hoop. When you're ready to turn your beats into caps, your forward spinning hoop, which is my right hoop. When I am comfortable down here, keeping a steady beat, keeping my plane straight, I am going to anti-spin the hoop out. So on the upswing, up, I'm going to drag the hoop out by anti-spinning up. So it upswinged up, I'm going to anti-spin out, then it's going to anti-spin up, and when I am up, I'm going to do half of an extension, down again. So this is my forward spinning hoop, anti-spin, anti-spin, down. Anti-spin, anti-spin, down. Trying to slow it down for you by pulsating my hands and bending my elbows, which you shouldn't do. Anti-spin, anti-spin, down. I mean, if it helps you to get it, of course you can pulsate, pulsate, bring down. Pulsate, pulsate, bring down. This is what the forward spinning hoop is doing. And when you finally get it, this is what the forward spinning hoop should look like. Starts down, it goes out, up, down. Out, up, extension. Woo! And it will fly off your hands a lot. So now we're going to put both hoops together. It's important to know that the forward spinning hoop and the backward spinning hoop are doing the same thing, but at opposite times, okay? So this is the pathway. When you're comfortable, your backward spinning hoop will zoop up, and then your forward spinning hoop will stay down for a second while the hoop is spinning up. You will anti-spin out together, anti-spin either up or down, and they'll both zoop at the same time, okay? The backward spinning hoop is going to whoop up there, and my forward spinning hoop is going to chill here for a minute, okay? Then they're going to meet at the same time in the middle, and they are going to go on their journey in the opposite way. Then they're going to do a half of an extension at the same time, anti-spin, anti-spin, half extension, okay? And this is what it looks like with keeping beats in between. Once you put two hoops together, keep the beats in between. So my backward spinning hoop is up, while my forward spinning hoop stays down for a second, just to get into the move. Then they're going to meet in the middle together. Then they're going to go on their opposite journey, which is either up or down. Then they're going to extend at the same time together. So this is the easiest way, I think, for you to learn, okay? Is to practice with beats in between with one hand, then with the other hand, then breaking the beats into smaller beats, and then learning the actual pathway of the cap, okay, with one hand and then the other hand. But when you go to put the hoops together, I think it might be helpful to go back to adding beats in between. It doesn't have to be 5 beats, it could even be 2, but just learning at the same time the pathway of the arms, and then once you get what your arms are doing, you could take the beats out. So remember, my right hoop is spinning forwards. It could be your left hoop if you like. And my left hand is spinning backwards. I'm going to add some beats just to show you how to get into this move. So your backwards spinning hand, once your planes are nice and straight and you're ready to go, the hoop that is spinning backwards is going to shot up with that half extension, okay? While your forward spinning hoop stays below for a minute. This is how we get into the caps. You need one arm up, of course, and one arm down, okay? Then, both hoops are going to meet in the middle, and then your forward spinning hand goes up while your backward spinning hand goes down, and then they half extension at the same time, back to start. Middle, half extension, middle, half extension. So once you put both hoops together and you're ready to take the beats out in between or the hand spins out between, make sure that you have the half extensions down at the same time. Make sure you understand that. And make sure that you know the pathway of your hands or your arms. Make sure you know where your hoops are going. Now we will put it together, finally. My right bright hoop is spinning forwards. Up, out, down. Okay? So our backward spinning hoop is going to shoot up. We are going to anti-spin out, anti-spin in the opposite way, and then half extend back to start to anti-spin, anti-spin, and then half extension, okay? And once you get this move, it'll look something like this. It'll look really dope in the middle, because one hoop is spinning forward and the other spinning backwards. They're both anti-spinning in the middle at the same time, making this cool pattern. Of course, if you don't want to go full-blown into the caps with two hands, you can extend out and do all your extra beats in the middle until you're ready to continue. This is how I actually thought caps were. I was doing an extra hand spin in the middle, and it definitely helps, because eventually you could take that extra beat out from the middle and have caps down. So that's it, guys. I've given you all the tools you need to know to slowly get caps down. I want to show you real quick what it looks like from wall plane, what one hoop is doing. Of course, this move is on wheel plane on the side, but if you turn 90 degrees and you go to wall plane, this is what my hoop is doing. That's why it's important to learn a 4-pedal anti-spin flower, because I'm going to start with a forward spin. I'm going to anti-spin, so I just did half of my flower, and then I'm going to do half of an extension down. Anti-spin, anti-spin, half of an extension. This is what caps are on with one hand on wall plane. So maybe you could practice that with one hoop into your flow, if that helps. And just remember, it takes time, it takes practice, it takes dedication, it takes learning one hand at a time, and then of course taking beats out as you feel comfortable. But remember, with caps, your elbows are always locked, your hands are always just doing this. It is just the pathway that your arms are taking and which way the hoops are spinning. So peace, God bless you guys, happy hooping, I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. These hoops are from Festival Treasures. Use my code VEGANHOOPER for 10% off of your Etsy purchase. And follow me on Instagram. My name is Miss Maynard Keenan. I would love to see you there. Mwah! Woo!